This KELOLAND Living segment is sponsored by Montgomery's. Remember, Montgomery's offers always free interior design service. Did your mom make you make your bed every morning before you could sit down for breakfast? I know I usually make the bed every day, even as an adult. There was no requirement in my house growing up, so I don't have a lot of practice in making a bed. But those pretty pictures on social media of serene bedrooms with spa-like styling of the main attraction, the bed, have been enough to entice me to want to try it for myself. Only I need a little help. So where else would I turn to but the styling pros at Montgomery's Furniture? Carly, thanks for having me out here. We are going to tackle the art of making a bed, which is something I think most of us are not doing that well.
It's actually quite easy, so
we're going to break it down. So You say this first thing first is
got to start with your foundation. You need a good protector on your mattress. It'll do two things. It helps you with temperature control, moisture wicking. It'll just make the rest of your sleep better if you get a great foundation.
Now you have two different ones here, and this is kind of amazing to me because I can actually feel the difference. Like, this is immediately cooler on my skin.
So if you're going to sleep warmer, having something that can help you feel cool to start with will help you fall asleep faster and get you into that deep sleep quicker.
It's kind of amazing. Okay, so once we've picked out the base and we've got that all set, then we're going to move on to the sheets.
You need the sheets.
Okay.
The thing about the sheets that's important is that we can add a lot of texture, a lot of color, a lot of excitement without spending a ton of money. But the big thing to remember with sheets is it's not about thread count.
It's not about thread count anymore.
No.
It's kind of a buzzword still.
It is. We have the technology now where they can do things to add threads in there to get the number up, but not get the quality. So really what you want to look for when you're thinking about the technology is, are we using natural fibers like the cottons, the bamboo? Are we using those cooling materials that can take the moisture away or take that warm temperature that you might have with your body and make you feel cooler when you sleep?
Okay, now I see that you have a top sheet on here. Is that always the rule?
No, we're kind of seeing a lot of people go to that more European trend where they're using just the fitted sheet and then using a duvet because you can wash your duvet cover.
Yeah, I'm a fan because the top sheet just always ends up at my feet all tangled up,
or it's a fight between you and your significant other.
You don't need any more fights, right?
That's right.
Okay, so how about when you do use a top sheet though? Is there any how far are you pulling it up? Any special way?
Really what I like to do when I have a top sheet is I pull it back. So I like the two patterns to mix, to meet and match, so that when we pull it back, you actually see the pattern, you see the design on the outside.
Perfect. Okay, so are we ready to pull up the next part of it?
Yes.
Okay.
So next thing we're gonna do is grab the quilt or the coverlet or your bedspread or your duvet.
Now, quilts are back in. It used to be a little bit more of a kind of older thing, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit more traditional. They're back in. The nice thing about quilts and coverlets is that they're larger, so you don't need to have the bed skirts. So it kind of trades one old-fashioned item for another.
But now you're pulling this up and you're pulling it up a lot farther than I'm used to pulling it up. What are the tricks here?
So I like to have it nice and tight. I use my hand here and then I roll it back. And it almost just kind of sits right underneath your pillow. But now you can grab that sheet that we just had and roll it to cover that up. And I just tuck it under and I make a little pocket. And it gives you just a little bit of a ledge to hold your pillows in place.
Oh, I feel like I know how to make a bed that looks like I just walked into like a fancy hotel now.
Welcome to your hotel.
Okay, now pillow sizes.
Yes.
What are we, like this fills up more space?
So this is a king size bed, so I have king size pillows. Now you can do 3 queens across, you can have your more contoured pillows for your neck. You can do whatever's most comfortable for you. I use these because I think it looks nice with the bed and is proportional.
When it comes to the coverlet, are you thinking about textures, fabrics, colors? What are you looking at here?
All of those things.
Okay.
So when it comes to styling the bed, you're going to be looking at those different layers, different pattern sizes. But on top of that, you're going to want to be able to wash it and clean it. So making sure that it's something that you can launder. All of that goes into making sure you have the perfect bed.
Okay, so what is the step from here?
So next, we're going to take our more decorative pillows and start layering it on. You're going to put your one pillow over the top of this one to protect this from any dust, day-to-day.
That's a good idea.
Debris.
Okay, so I've got
your king size, and those are just your shams, and you can put either a regular pillow inside there, or you can have something that's made out of poly that just holds form. It's kind of up to you.
What are the differences really then? The poly is more about the form and
poly is more about the form. It's going to hold its shape. The down is more comfort. So if you're someone who reads in bed, this might be a great way to add a little bit more comfort.
Yes, I do like to read in bed. And then we're adding another. Now, what is the shape of this?
So this is a Euro pillow. These are about 23 to 26 inches square, and you can add in the texture by layering those in next. So my pillow here is a down pillow. Yours is poly, and you can see how it holds that shape a little bit better. And this is, again, just for a little bit more comfort. That's more for structure. And then to kind of top it off,
of course, the pièce de résistance here.
Yes, a little bit more fun decorative pillow. And if you really want to get fancy,
yes, you do.
We're going to add a few more pieces here.
Okay, so we're going to pull up another comforter here. Did I get it? Is there a correct way to have it folded? Is it supposed to fold out toward you or back to you?
I like to fold it so that you don't see any of the edges.
Don't see any of the edges, okay.
So roll it in. You could probably pull yours over just a little bit more. Nice thing about having a secondary blanket on the bottom is that you could pull it up if you're chilly, or if you sleep warmer than your spouse or cooler, you could have something for both of you. On that tray, you could put your reading glasses, your book, anything decorative, maybe even a plant, just something to give you texture and visual interest as you're walking into your bedroom.
Now this is great, but then I'm thinking, I'm coming into my room at night and I'm like, what do I do with all these things?
Perfect example, grab that bench at the end of the bed, that's not for dirty laundry, and you put your extra pillows, your extra blankets there, so it's just really easy to flip up the next morning.
I really can't put my laundry all over my bench.
It's time to make good habits.
Okay, I guess I need a lot of new habits because I don't make my bed every day and I am using the bench in my room for all of my clothes. But this inspires me, and I think once you have all of the things that make it so beautiful, you feel more inspired to really make that bed every day, right?
Absolutely. You want your bed to feel like you're walking into a resort. You want this to be someplace where you can feel comfortable, it feels welcoming, you want to be there, and you'll get the best rest.
Now this has so many great colors and patterns and everything goes really well together, but is there a way to just change one thing out or two things out and really change up the look?
Absolutely. It's super easy. All we need to do is take one of our deeper colors, and instead of having maybe a pattern throw, we bring in that saturation of color and we would put this on the foot of the bed instead.
I love it. It's super awesome. Okay, I've got it. I'm going to get all of my nice bedding, so I'm going to feel good about it. Everything's going to look good, and then I'm going to be inspired to make it every day, and now I know how to tuck it in nice and tight and have all these nice, pretty corners. I love it. Next time, though, we tackle the hospital corners.
Sounds good.
Okay,
I'll start practicing.
Thank you so much for having me out. Whether you're looking for a new mattress, a new bed, or even bedding, you're sure to find the perfect element to set your home style apart.
And with showrooms in Sioux Falls, Madison, Watertown, and Aberdeen, there's always a Montgomerys and a team of interior designers ready to help.
In Sioux Falls, you will find them at 1725 West 41st Street. The showroom is located at 747 South Washington Avenue in Madison.
Montgomery's in Watertown is at 1009th Avenue Southeast. And in Aberdeen, the showroom is located at 3502 7th Avenue Southeast.
This KELOLAND Living segment has been sponsored by Montgomery's. Remember, Montgomery's offers always free interior design service.